Welcome back to Jammer Rewinds for part 2 of the SEGA Genesis collection. Let's get into it.
Press start, let the adventures unfold. Retro games and...
I want to show you guys this box. Look at that. Can you see that? That is a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 20, 30 Genesis games yet to go over. Told you they wouldn't even realize how fast we went. Moving on. Let's go to True Lies. Good old Arnold Schwarzenegger. So Schwarzenegger in this, by the way, this is by Acclaim. 360 degrees of firepower. I have no idea what that means. Is this probably like a light gun? No, this can't be a light gun game. It's not like he's saving the world or anything. One player. I don't know. Remember that scene at the end with the Harrier? Woo, look at that. Even got the registration card. Oh, there's even more in here. Look at that registration. There's a poster. Can already tell you mine doesn't have this. It probably has the, it should have the manual, but if not, I just got an upgrade. And then here we have the poster. Look at that. Good old poster. Things they don't even do anymore. You had advertisements for Mortal Kombat 2, Maximum Carnage, NBA, Rage in the Cage, Itchy and Scratchy, Virtual Bart, Mortal Kombat 1, and Championship World Soccer. So anyways, that'll be something to stay in the collection. The registration card and the manual. That's fun to have all that, even though I don't care if it has the registration card, as long as it has the manual. And I know most of these games came with the registration card, I'm sure, but if not, they all think they came with posters. Anyways, so this is in good shape, and I don't think I have it, so this will be going into the collection. Moving on from there, we have one I do have, Terminator 2, Judgment Day by Flying Edge. And this is not the light gun, that is T2, the arcade game. Look at that, that's a scene where he got blown open in the movie. This one is complete. I don't remember if mine, I can tell you right now, the manual is probably not as good as mine. It's got definitely some wrinkles to it, but the cart might actually be in better shape. So we'll see, but either way, could be a potential upgrade for the collection. Moving on from there, our first trash. Well, I don't really know if that's the first trash. I don't even remember. Oh, that's right, homebrews. I'm not a fan of homebrews. Those are trash. NHL 97. Let's look over here on this camera. This is actually in pretty decent shape. But then again, you know, most of them were. The heavy hitter on this, in my personal opinion, I think everybody will agree. I don't know what it was about NHL 94. That was a good one. I remember playing it at my cousin's house. They were playing at my house. Woo, we had so much fun playing that game. Anyways, this has got the manual, the cart, everything is in good shape. So if I don't have it, which I think I do, I don't know, I can't really tell, I'll have to look. Might not actually have that one. Moving on from there, we have Tasmania. Now this one, I think he told me wasn't in the best of shape, and you will see what I'm talking about in a minute, but in all intents and purposes, this particular one I already have CIB, so look at that. It's got a sticker here, it's got a sticker here, and it's not even the right case because it doesn't go there, and if it was to go this way, which it can, that tab is broken. So I really don't know what to tell you about this one, but I did know, 99% sure he had told me that was one of the ones on the list that was not in great shape. Now let's talk about a banger, a hitter. One that as I was scrolling through, I saw in the collection, and I was like, yep, that's one of the ones that's going to make me make my mind up. Truxton. Truxton. I said Truxton. Truxton. Truxton is a shmup, shoot 'em up game. It says Truxton, power on, all systems go, take off, meet the alien, attack head on in your super fighter. And she's CIB. The manual definitely has seen some days, but it's okay. It is all there. And the cart, more importantly than this obviously being all there and in fairly decent shape, is that the cart, which is the most valuable thing to me, is in good shape. So look this one up. If I'm not mistaken, this is a good 150, 160, somewhere around there dollar game. So that's a good one to have in the collection. Next one, I was thinking about selling it off. This is Urban Strike. The reason I was thinking about selling this one off is because it is the cardboard variant. And I don't care for the cardboard variant. I prefer the plastic case variant. But this one is in good shape. And sadly, there is no manual behind it, but it is there. The other thing, too, is when they went on these ones, when they went to the cardboard, they also shrunk the cart. So if you ever see the cart out and about, and it's this small one, it would have come out of the cardboard case. However, I am debating on keeping it because I don't know how much value really is there with that particular one. And quite honestly, even though I really don't care if it has, for the cardboard variant, I don't know. Maybe I will keep it. But one I know I'm not going to keep, Battleship. And the reason why I'm not keeping Battleship is because I already own Battleship. Plus, this one has seen some things. In fact, my copy of Battleship, actually, now that I think about it, maybe I'll keep this. I still don't think I'll keep it. If I kept it, I would need to throw this thing away because this thing is rough. And I have, like I say, a closet that's got probably 10 or 15 brand new minty ones inside. If you keep wondering where I got them from, I met a guy on a group that I'm in, and he had a whole bunch of some football game, and he said he was willing, anybody who wanted a box, and I said I'd like all the inserts. Could I buy at least 10 of them? And I think I spent like $10 or $15 plus shipping. Say I spent 20 bucks and I got all of those. So I have like brand new minty inserts. But this one, I'm 99% sure my copy is brand new factory sealed. So there's no point in keeping it. Speaking of another one that I'm pretty sure I have in my collection is Highlight. And actually this is Super Highlight. And Super Highlight is one of those RPG games. It says right here even epic action role-playing fantasy game. This one is CIB. It is in very good shape. It might actually be better shape than mine. Again, I do not know. But I am looking forward to eventually one day sitting down, popping this thing in and playing it. But this particular copy, unless of course mine's in worse shape, will go in, or the other one will go out, and we'll rock and roll from there. Next one I definitely know I have in my collection, The Lost Vikings. Talk about a fun game. If you guys have never played The Lost Vikings, I'll show you. So basically you have these three characters, and you change characters from him to him to him to him to him to him to him. You just keep going back and forth to work your way through the game. So it's actually a pretty fun like puzzle game, and it's by Interplay. And if you know Interplay, they did a lot of good games. My favorite game by Interplay is Boogerman, a pick and flick adventure. Part of that beautiful 90s grossness. Moving on from there, we have, this box is not in great shape. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but doesn't matter, I'm not keeping it. Super Street Fighter 2. Never really thought about it until recently. There were so many copies of Street Fighter 2, but apparently, I think Riff at Pixel Game Squad had actually mentioned it, saying that they were almost like DLCs. They just kept selling new variants. You had Super Street Fighter Turbo, Super Street, Super Street, Super Street. It was just going on and on and on. It went actually Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. You get the point. And but it's a lot of fun. But this one I already have, so adios, it goes. All right, moving on to our next batch of 10 games. And I'm not joking when I say 10. We have 10, 20, 30, 40 more. Oh, I was way wrong. I said 30 games. It was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Huh. This is going to be a long video. We got Super Monaco GP. I do not have Super Monaco GP. I think I have Super Monaco GP 2. But this one is CIB. It's in very good shape. The box is in good shape. So this will be one that we get to add to our collection. Moving on from there. Good old sports game. And it's kind of rough in the corner there too. But it's Tecmo Super Bowl. And choose your team from the 28 NFL teams. Can you get to the Super Bowl? And look at that. It's in good shape too. So I'm happy with that. I will upgrade the cart from one of these other ones that I'm going to pawn off. Because there's no point in keeping, especially a sports game, in a trash case when you got a bunch of accessibles. Moving on, we got Cool Spot. If you guys saw at the beginning of my video, I was wearing my brand new Spot t-shirt that I picked up on eBay. It is a new old stock, complete dead stock. When I got it in the mail today, or last night, I got home from work and I opened it up and I'm like, wow, look at that. It looked just like my McDonald's shirt that I had gotten. Brand new dead stock. Paid like $25, $28, something like that. I'm like, when you go to the store, I just was at Kohl's this morning where I bought this, not this, but this gray t-shirt. It was like 10 bucks. And I'm like, for $28, I got a brand new 1990s, never worn, single stitch, cool graphic, goes right along with my love for the 80s and 90s. Anyways, let's move on to this. Distributed exclusively by Sega, we have Cool Spot. I love Cool Spot, as you can tell. This one probably isn't an upgrade, but again, I already have it, so if it is, great. If not, adios it goes. Let's talk about a heavy hitter. Sunset Riders. Never played it, but everybody talks about Sunset Riders is like the game. Like, that's a heavy game. I don't remember how much it goes for, but she is complete. The cart is in good shape, the manual is in good shape, the box is in good shape, the hang tab's in good shape. I'm very pleased with it, so I'm excited to say this one will be staying in the collection, and I can check Sunset Riders off my list. Moving on from there, we got another heavy hitter, as far as I believe it is. Turtles Hyperstone. The Hyperstone Heist, I should say. This is another good one here. Case is in good shape. There's a little ripple right there. I might replace the case again because there's a couple little dents here in the back and the ripple right there. On the inside, you can see everything is in here. I've mentioned it to you guys before. I don't understand why people put carts in here like this. I don't know if I just screwed up one day when I was a kid, but this is the way I always stored them. I stored them with the label out because that way when you open it up, you can see the label right here, and then the board and everything is protected by facing inward. Everybody I've seen stores them the other way, so I don't know. Maybe there was something wrong with me. Moving on, we got eSWAT, City Under Siege. eSWAT is a city under siege. Look at that. Half of him is a robot, half of him is a person. It's basically RoboCop. And on the inside, ooh, open up. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful condition. Labels are good. I don't think I have this in the collection. I really don't. This looks like one of those games that, you know, whatever. Moving on, the real game begins. Batman Forever. I got Batman Forever. So this one's going to flip out, unless, of course, it's in better condition than mine. Look at that. Good old label peel. It's still there. It holds down. You can see right there. Look at that. Held down just fine as soon as I rubbed on it. But either way, already have the game, so that one will be going. One I know I don't have in my collection, Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim is, again, one of those 90s games that was just part of the grossness that was so fun in the 90s with boogers and snot and slime. And yeah, if you've never played Earthworm Jim, you definitely have to play it. It is just a gross game. And it's kind of fun at the same time because you like pick up cows and you throw them and I don't know, it's just goofy. 24 megs of play action. This one has an $8 sticker on it. This is Spot Goes to Hollywood. Now, Spot Goes to Hollywood, again, you know I've told you about my man Spot. You can see right here, this is what I'm talking about with labels and stuff. So the red right here looks really good, but the edge is like pink. So obviously this one sat probably like this, or like this, depending on which way the camera's facing. And this just slowly faded over time, and you didn't realize it. Anyway, Spot Goes to Hollywood, missing the manual. Cart is not in the greatest of conditions, but again, I know I have it, so I'm not worried about it. One I know I do not have that's going in my collection is Turtles Tournament Fighter. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was a unique game because, one, I never played it as a kid, but I did play it one time. I don't remember if it was on an emulator or somebody had it and I was playing it. But I do know that it's a fighting game. It's like Street Fighter, but you're playing as the Turtles. And I remember it being like clunky, and I really didn't care for it. Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong, but this one is going in the collection. That's the next 20. Let's go on to the next. This is Jeremy again from Jeremy Rewinds. I know, it's like I'm doing this outro in the same spot. I just twisted my chair. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time for part 3 of this 3-part Sega Genesis. It'll be in a couple days. Thanks for watching.
From Mario to Sonic, he knows them all.